Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is Will Cooper. Now, Will is from Crowell Gillis Cooper, and we're talking all about wrongful termination. Welcome to the show, my friend. Nice to see you again.
It's good to see you again. Glad to be back.
That's great. I really think this is a great topic because sometimes we do things in the workplace that we may be fired.
Correct.
All right? And that we know if we've done something wrong. But if wrongful termination, what does those two words mean legally?
Sure. Well, you know, of course, in Mississippi, like you said, when somebody is terminated, the first thing they want to know is why. And Mississippi, keep in mind, is an employee at will state. Meaning,
what does that mean? Yes.
It means that you can be terminated for any reason or no reason at all without warning. But there are exceptions to that. You cannot be terminated for what is an illegal reason. And we can talk about that. But just keep in mind, we're an employee at will, and so typically you can be fired for no reason at all without warning.
Look, I've been in America now for 8 years, and every state I've worked in and signed a contract, it's been that.
Right. It's very common throughout the United States. And
what legal stance do I have as an employee if I'm signing that type of contract and I don't believe I've been terminated for the right reason?
Well, you hit on a key word. Is 99% probably of employees in the United States don't sign a contract.
Oh.
So signing a contract is one of the exceptions. So if you sign a contract and are terminated and you didn't breach that contract, then you have a cause for potentially wrongful termination. The other then protections fall either under the Americans with Disabilities Act,
yes,
or Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And so both of those acts give you some protections that make it sometimes illegal for an employer to fire an employee.
Okay, I understand. What are some of the steps if you have been wrongfully terminated in your belief, because I have to say that,
sure,
right? In my belief, I'm working for you, and I feel I've been wrongly terminated. What do I do? Well,
you first contact an attorney because there are some administrative steps you have to take, i.e. file a complaint with what's called the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. That typically has to be done within 180 days of your termination. Now keep in mind, those wrongful reasons like under Title VII are for race, sex, religion, national origin, and then of course I mentioned the ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, or a disability.
Okay. What protections are out there for employees?
And so those are the actual protections. Those are the protections. So what you have to keep in mind, you have to be able to find one of those exceptions if you're going to have any type of claim against your employer. So keep in mind, whistleblowing, for example, is an exception to employee at will. So if you turned an employer in for doing something illegal or refused to participate in illegal activity and they fired you, that would give you grounds for wrongful termination as well. Age, for example, if you are terminated and replaced and you're over 40 years old and your employer has more than 20 employees, then they're subject to Title VII and you may have a case for age discrimination.
What does an employee hope to gain by going after your previous employer? Is it money? Is it job reinstatement?
It can, and it's several factors with the damage portion. The recovery, what can you recover?
Yeah.
I.e., you can get back wages, you can get reinstated, you can get what's called front pay for if you don't get reinstated, so damages for the future. Then you can get damages for your emotional suffering and loss that all went along with losing your job. And then the other thing under Title VII is very important is if you win 1 penny in court, they have to pay your attorney fees.
Oh, wow. Very quickly, I want to ask you one question. What happens if you sue your previous employer and win? Does that go against you for a next job?
Everything is public record, correct. And
be wise.
And keep in mind that your employer is going to call ex-employees.
Exactly. We appreciate you. Always great advice. If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you.